Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So I am pulling up on my trainer right now. He just got here, so I'm going to hop out of the car and get with him and get it in. I'm going to tell you how to grow your glutes right now completely for free. Okay, so completely for free. There's no 6-week, $2,000 program that I'm going to try to sell you at the end. Completely for free. The only thing that I ask is that you like and subscribe. That's the only thing. But I have so much footage that I am still uploading with my journey training with a master trainer for over 8 months on how to build your glutes. And I, like most women, are very confused. And so, or was very confused on how to build muscle and what that really meant. And it's no joke. Like the stuff that I was doing for years, I thought I was doing correctly and I was doing them completely wrong. Didn't really know what I was doing. I just was working out, which was fine. I was burning calories, but I wasn't really doing much, right? I was, as far as like gaining muscle and things like that. So yeah, I gained a little bit of muscle, got a little bit toned, which was fine because I just wanted to, for many years, I just wanted to be thinner. I didn't really care about muscle growth. And I thought if I did 3 sets of 15, then I would, of squats, then that's working out my glutes and I should be able to grow a massive butt. And no, that's not the case, right? So I really want you guys to really pay attention and also make sure to watch my other videos on this because I dive really deep on all these videos. I'm about to get into it in just a second, but I have a playlist that says it's titled Training with Master Trainer. So make sure to head over to it. It's called Training with Master Trainer. And you're going to see all of my other videos. I have about 8 videos up so far, and there's a lot more that I'm going to upload. So first off, doing lunges, you're going to have to go low. You're going to have to make sure to go heavy. Okay. So at about this time, I believe it was December 5th, 2022, and I'm still kind of struggling with the lunges. And I think it's because my body was kind of out of alignment due to me having a pelvic tilt, which I did not know until I got a trainer that I have a pelvic tilt. And that's why I wasn't really doing a lot of these exercises correctly. So you might want to look that up for yourself. Pelvic tilt, a lot of women have pelvic tilts due to wearing heels a lot. And I love wearing heels. So now I see why it's not necessarily the best for your body. Doesn't mean I'm not going to wear them anymore, but I definitely know that my body needed to get back into alignment. So things like yoga, things like, weight training, get you back into alignment, and you just have to be aware of it. So doing squats like this, going really low, okay? Low, low, low. If you're not going low and you're not lifting any weight, you are not building muscle. Yeah, you're burning calories. Maybe your heart rate's going up a little bit, and that's about it. Slow and steady is super important. Okay, when it comes to this, slow and steady. You do not have to try to go fast. You don't have to try to keep up with any kind of beat. If you need to go slower in order for you to get lower, that's what's truly going to be the ticket when it comes to doing these workouts correctly. Okay, so you just saw lunges, you saw the low squats, and again, here's another angle of me doing the squats. Video was a little off, but I'm sure you guys can see how my knee, like how far I'm going down based on where my, how much I'm bending my knee. So I'm going low. And guys, to be honest, I could go even lower. You'll also see, if you've been following me for a while or subscribed for a while, in my other videos at the beginning of 2022, I probably look thinner. So what I was doing was I upped my protein, and it's just a whole journey. I have other videos on, if you check out my how to lose belly or how to lose fat video, I go into more detail. So check that video out. But pretty much I was under eating, you guys. And most women, I feel like we do, because we're like, oh, well, we want to cut calories and, we want to do a ton of cardio and we want to try to fit into this dress or we want to fit into this bathing suit. But I really did a number on my metabolism doing that. And I had to pay the consequences. So when I wanted to build muscle, my trainer was like, you're going to have to up your protein. Like that's what feeds your muscles. And so when I upped my protein, I gained weight, which was fine. I was happy eating, I was happy eating, happy getting thicker, didn't mind getting thicker. But I do want to let you know that, do want to forewarn you, if you are trying to gain muscle, you are going to have to eat more. And that always kind of detoured me away from wanting to build muscle, because I'm like, well, I really like kind of like my physique, my dancer physique. I was a dancer for many years, and there was a lot of industries that I worked in, like brand ambassadoring and promo modeling, where I had to have like a certain body type. So I just enjoyed and got used to seeing my body in that way. But when I heard you had to gain weight, I was like, okay, I don't care. I just want to be healthy. I want to get my metabolism back together. And so you will see me a little bit thicker, but it's good because that's how I'm gaining muscle. And because my metabolism was slower, I held my body didn't process food as quickly as it should be. So now I'm doing this voiceover May 16th of 2023, right? So this is 6 months later, about 5-6 months later from me doing this video. So I'm back on the journey of toning back up and leaning back out, but still maintaining my muscle. So I just want to let you know that if you want to gain muscle, you are going to have to eat. Really, you're supposed to eat your however much you weigh. So if you weigh 140 pounds, you're supposed to eat 140 grams of protein. And that's really difficult for people that are mainly plant-based like I am. See how low I'm getting, you guys? So you got to make sure to go lower. And I learned that I just was not used to engaging my core. So you can kind of see my stomach, I'm kind of pushing my stomach out and not really engaging my core the whole time. So that's been something I really pay attention to. My trainer would always say, shoulders up, stomach sucked in tight, right? Like not to where you can't breathe, but you're using it, you're engaging it, right? Like, and not just like letting it hang out and you're breathing all hard and you're just letting it kind of like just not even activating your midsection. And it's interesting because I always activated my midsection when I was dancing, but for some reason with lifting weights, it's just so not something I've I really ever did seriously. So I didn't even think that it was important to engage your core. So that's just something else. Make sure you engage your core with every single exercise that you ever do. And you'll actually see that your waist will start to get smaller just by simply engaging your core when you're doing these exercises. So planks are also really awesome. I also, when I would watch these videos back, I would see that I wasn't engaging my core when I was doing planks either. I would just breathe and let my stomach hang down. So that's something I've really been focused on for 2023 is making sure my stomach was engaged. So even here, it's like I'm breathing and I'm just kind of like letting my stomach drop at the end. So now I'm a lot better at tightening up my lower abdomen area, but still able to breathe, right? So you want to be able to breathe through. And see, if you notice every single exercise, this is a single leg RDL. Okay, so don't get too hung up on the names, guys. I'm still learning the names, but you just want to set your body like this. And if you're feeling it in your back, you're not doing it correct. You're going too low. So if you're feeling in your back, you don't want to go as low. You don't want to go as low, and you want to go slow and controlled. Okay, so remember, engage core, slow and controlled, and you want to have the right muscle-mind connection when you're doing this. If you're not feeling it in your glute, so for example, my right leg is back in this video. If I'm not feeling it in my right glute, then something's off. Then I need to get back into alignment. I need to get back readjusted, and I need to get in the correct position. So that's just something to think about as well. If you're trying to grow your glutes, but you're doing exercises and you're not feeling it in your glutes, then you are not doing the exercise correctly. I also do want to let you know, if you do see the screen go a little bit blurry whenever there's a person, it's because it's my trainer's clients and I just want to respect their privacy. Also, if you are in the market, so I'm giving all of my content away for free on what I've learned about my body and my journey, and sharing my journey with you guys. And hopefully it can help you guys, especially if you're not in the market to hire a trainer that is worth thousands of dollars. But if you are in the market, definitely let me know down in the comments and I will comment back with my trainer's information. If you're in the greater LA area, I will definitely link you with him. So that's just something else I wanted to share and add, but I'm giving all this away for free. This is my journey on what I've learned, and just a couple of things that I feel like are very they're easy to fix, right? Like I think that it's confusing on the internet, and then when we're scouring the internet, it always comes back to someone giving away something a little bit for free, and then they have a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 program, which these programs, you guys, are worth that much. I mean, people really take their time to, study and do these things, but I also empathize with those that just want a couple of tips and tricks to get their form better, or just kind of be pointed in the right direction. And then maybe, work their way up to getting a trainer. Cause I know it's tough out there. Inflation is a real thing, right, going on right now, in current society. So, although these workouts are timeless, you can watch these workouts anytime in existence, and these will definitely grow your glutes. But yeah, so that's just my little spiel there. So thank you guys for watching my journey, and I hope that you can take something away from it, and don't mind the random blurry blocks that randomly come up. So again, as you can see, we're doing a lot of squats, and I'm getting really low. So definitely incorporate squats into, squats are very necessary, but if you're not going low, you are not going to lift and grow your butt, and you have to do it with weight. So when I would just be in these moments, I would just be like, whoa, this is what am I doing? This is just uncomfortable. My body feels weird. It's out of alignment. It's starting to burn. I kind of feel like I wasn't doing it correctly, but I technically was. I just wasn't used to doing it. So my body just felt just very unfamiliar with it. So, it's kind of good to just record yourself and just see if you're going low, if your stomach is sucked in, and if you're leaning too much forward, if your balance is off. Those things are really beneficial to discover while you are on this journey. Another one is, I believe I start doing, so just more squats, so more wide squats. So this was a really, really heavy glute day. And again, slow and controlled. It's boring. You guys, I mean, it's fun in the sense of you're challenging yourself, but there's nothing wild that I'm doing. It's a lot of different versions of squats where I'm going low, I'm lifting heavy weight. And, I probably could have even gone, now I could probably go a little bit heavier doing these. And I usually would do these. He'd have me do it on medicine balls, half medicine balls, and balance myself. And that was really challenging. But again, it's working out different muscles. And I think this day I was actually just kind of either doing them a little bit wrong, or I don't know what, but for some reason I kept feeling it in my back. So I ended up actually having to hold on to something to do it correctly. So I was trying to see how I could end up doing the workout without feeling it in my back. So if your back goes, if my head were to go past my hips, so as I'm going down, 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 and then I go up, if I kept going down to where it would go, it wouldn't be level with my hips anymore, then I would start to feel it in my back. So that just means I just don't need to go that low. So that's just something else to do too. Sometimes we're doing these workouts and we don't realize that we are going too low and that we're not supposed to feel it in our back. So when you're doing glute exercises, you should not be feeling it in your back. At least that's my experience. I was never instructed to do a glute workout, and then I was supposed to also feel it in my back. Back exercises seem to be something separate that you're working on. I'm sure there maybe is a special workout where you're doing both with a very specific purpose, but for a lot of these workouts, I wasn't. So a lot of times too, guys, we were doing about an hour and 15 minutes of serious building. So I would, if you notice, I already did RDLs at the beginning of the video. So this is my second round. And what we would do is 9 different workouts throughout the whole entire workout routine. So you can do as many as you want, as little as you want. But we usually did 9 different workouts and then 3 different circuits. And then in each circuit, there was 3 workouts, right? So sometimes there would be 4 workouts in the circuit. So let's just say, for example, there would be squats, and then there would be RDLs, and then there would be kettlebell swings. That was 1 round. Then we would do that again. That would be 2 rounds. Then we'd do that again. That would be 3 rounds. And then we'd be done with that first circuit. And then we go on to the next one, right? So then circuit number 2 would be a different version of squats. And then it would be a different version of lunges. And then I would have the plank, and then I would have battle ropes. And that would be all my workouts for my second circuit, right? And then I would do that 3 times each. So I hope that makes sense. So it ended up totaling out to be like 9 or 12 different kinds of workouts, different kind of exercises during the whole hour and 15 minute workout. So again, I was just trying, asking him like really, really detailed, like, okay, so where should I be feeling this? How low do I need to go? I'm feeling it in my back. Am I doing it correctly? See how I put my shoulders back? I'm making sure my foot is planted correctly. And I think a lot of times when you see these on Instagram and there's like reels that are going by really quick, you can't really, like when you're really genuinely in the middle of a workout session, there's just going to be real things that come up that are worth, helping others learn. And so that's why I wanted to share. In a reel, it's like I can just show, okay, this is a RDL and cool, but like you have to get adjusted. You need to make sure your body's in alignment. You need to make sure the weight's not too heavy. If it's too heavy, then you're going to end up being out of alignment and you won't be feeling it in the correct area. So then you'll need to go lower on the weight. So things like that is what I learned is like, you want to go as heavy as you can. You really want to push yourself. But if it just gets to the point where you are not really, like, it gets to a point where it's like your back is hunched over and you're shaking and all that stuff, it's just not that serious. So just do a weight that's going to be challenging. And as you can see, RDLs, like glute isolated workouts, work really good for my body, especially. I just noticed that when I work on each glute separately, the next day I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I have like a really serious glute pump, if that makes sense, because each one got its own attention. So that's just something to think about when you're choosing your exercises. Again, kettlebell swings are awesome. It's a really awesome full body workout here. So you really want to go all the way through your legs. I probably could have went a little bit lower, but I think actually my back was bothering me after I was doing those RDLs because I was just kind of doing them wrong. So I ended up, you'll see later on in the video that I ended up having to adjust myself. So kettlebell swings are awesome for, full body. You're working out your hamstrings, and you need to work out your hamstrings. You have to, like, it's all one connected area back there. There's, separated muscles, but it's still a whole ecosystem, if that makes sense. So if you're just only, like, for years, I never cared about my quads. I never cared about my hamstrings. I would just only worry about my cheeks, my butt cheeks. And see how I'm holding on now. I'm doing the single leg RDLs. Holding on because my back was just not working out with my alignment. So I've since worked on that and I'm able to do it without holding on. But if your back is hurting you, it's okay to hold on to something. Like, these aren't the kind of workouts where, if you're holding on to something, that means you're not really doing it correctly, or you're not actually building anything. No, like, it's better to have good balance, a good strong baseline, right? Like your foot's planted, your shoulders are up, your chest is up, your stomach's engaged, and you're able to do this correctly, as opposed to wobbling around, being out of alignment, trying to do too much, not knowing what you're doing. So just slow, steady, and heavy, and making sure to really have that mind-muscle connection is super important. I'd say that's probably some of the biggest fundamental things I've learned while having a master trainer, was just slow is how you build the muscle. For some reason, I thought like quick squats with like 10 pounds in each hand, like, lightweight, and doing squats to the music was like building muscle, but that's actually a form of HIIT cardio, which is tapping into burning fat, which is also good. But if you're trying to build muscle, that's something separate. So you can do it at the same time, but I'll talk about that in another video. So again, I did my RDLs, single leg RDLs, and then that one was kind of like a pendulum. Like he would say, just like think of a pendulum, like as you're going down, lift your leg up. So I should have said that while it was going on, but think of a pendulum on the last one. And here, my legs these are more sumo squats. If you haven't heard of it, sumo squats. So you want to make sure your legs are wide and your toes are kind of pointed out and you're going low. You want to make sure to keep your chest up. I was kind of, as you can see, I could probably do a better job with my chest being up. So, and then shoulders back, chest up, and engaged core. So that's really a big area of opportunity for me while I'm going to continue my weight training journey. And so that's something you can incorporate starting today, is maybe for 1 week, you just focus on going lower and your chest up. And then the second week you focus on going lower, chest up, and stomach really, really, engaged. So this one is, I believe it's another form of RDL, but I'm just doing, engaging both of my legs at the same time, obviously with doing both. Before it was, at the beginning of the video, it was single leg. And then now I'm doing both. So, we were really hitting the legs heavy today. And this is what you got to do to actually grow your glutes, you guys. Like it's real, it's controlled, it's slow, it's heavy, it's hot. I was hot, but you want to make sure, again, you're going slow because you want to really make sure you're feeling it in the correct area. And then you go wider. So legs together. I think my knees were actually touching as well when my legs were together. And this one just feels uncomfortable for me. I don't know if it's just because it's exercises I've never really done before, but this one I felt like when I was trying to engage my core, it was just kind of hard. I would still push my stomach out. So I don't do this as much anymore, but it's still something I'm working on. But I think it just comes from not knowing my timing with my breathing and then doing the exercises. So that's another thing. It's breathing correctly at the right time. So I think I was like almost breathing opposite and then pushing my stomach out. So you don't want to do that because you will end up forming, like if you're like, dang, why isn't my stomach just like getting snatched, or my area, my stomach area getting snatched? Well, you might be getting snatched technically, but you're forming your abs going out. So that's kind of like during this whole workout, I did notice that my stomach was just like really pushed out. Like I wasn't bloated or anything. I just wasn't engaging my core really well. So I love that I was able to record this so I can see, okay, Sienna, make sure to engage your core. Okay. When you're breathing, you don't have to push your stomach out. So I was still, this one's a little bit better. This one's a little bit better. Cause I think I noticed, I was like, okay, yeah, my stomach was like really pushed out. And then this one, again, knees are together. And you really want to feel it, in that under butt area. That's where you're going to feel this. And you just want to stick your butt up and, don't drop your shoulders. Don't drop your chest too low to where you're like curled over. You want to make sure to keep your back flat and, breathing out at the top and, breathing in as you're going down. And so finish that, going on to the next one, right into it. And if this is just too heavy for you, it's okay to go down if you just want to do the bar. And then he had me finish with jump squats, you guys. Like seriously, that's how he would mainly have me finish every single, especially on leg day. And it just was super intense. So, yeah, if you really want to push yourself to the next level, do some heavy glute workouts and then finish with 50 jump squats, and you will thank me later with what your butt looks like, but you will hate it. In the meantime, that's how you can just see I am just on a struggle bus. So yeah, since then I have leaned out again. If you want to check out my other playlist, HIIT cardio playlist, you can see my workouts that I do to thin out. So definitely make sure to catch